you all and to sharing some wonderful ideas. And tonight I'm going to be looking at dry embossing with vellum. Absolutely love vellum. It is so versatile for so many different things, but tonight we're going to be looking at it. We're going to be doing it in a couple of ways that I thought I'd share with you tonight. So let's flick over to the desktop and we will get going. Right. Let's start. I'll just share a piece of vellum with you. I'm sure you know what this is. It is quite soft to touch and it's quite translucent, so you can use it as layering on top of your card like an overlay, or you can punch flowers out and leaves and add them to your bouquet as well, which sort of just adds softness. I'm just going to get it up on here so I can see if there's any. Hi, Connie. Welcome. Gosh, yes. Hi, Shani. And Annette, you're having a card making session. How fabulous. Love those. Let me just get up on here. Love those card making sessions. They're absolutely amazing. It's so good to have a friend to do it with, isn't it? So tonight I'll be using some coloured vellum as well. We've got some fabulous coloured shimmery vellum, all in the latest in colours. So I'll do one of the techniques with you with that. So the other thing I'm going to share with you tonight, because this is on special and I do absolutely love it. I know I don't normally put things on here that will shake, rattle and roll my desktop, but this I just had to share it with you. It's 20% off at the moment. And I do love it. It is so, so good. So I'm going to grab an embossing folder. So yes, it has coordinating dies that also are on 20% off. So great time to get one of these. Okay, so it comes with, let me show you, it comes with the base plate, just like the big one. 2 clear plates as well. You can see that I've loved these very much. And then it has one embossing folder, the dark one, that is for the 3D, the thicker folders. And then there is another one as well. This one here is the number 3 for the thinner folders. Oh, hi, Samantha. Welcome. Hi, Alison. So lovely to see everybody. That's fantastic. And I love it when you say hello. I love to know that you're out there and watching. It's yeah, it's great. Thank you. Okay, so let's load up what we need. So we're going to be doing some embossing. So I just put my number 1 plate down. I'm going to use this embossing folder. It's not 3D, and I forgot to look up the name. Never mind. It's got beautiful leaves and butterflies, and I can pop it into the comments later. Okay. So I'm going to just pop it in there like usual, and I'm going to grab the thicker of the embossing plates. And the only thing, this is easy doing the embossing. They are just lighter. Sometimes you need to press down on them because they're so light. Okay. Now, it is like magic with the vellum. It's the one shoe wonder. Hi. Helen and I were teaching on the weekend, and we came back in the car and we swapped cars in the dark, and she left one of her work shoes behind in my car. She had to go to work with one shoe. Okay, so this is how it turns out. Isn't that beautiful? It is just like lace. I just love how this turns out. Just gorgeous. Okay, so that's one way, and I will show you a card that I have made with it. So I've popped it on some of this soft succulent green, and I have used some of the DSP. I don't actually have this stamp, but the designer series paper is it's Bloom Where You Planted, and you can just create some gorgeous images just from fussy cutting, if you don't mind fussy cutting. And I've got a bit of backing in there, which we don't want. You can really make a beautiful card with that, and yeah, that is that technique, and it really is a beautiful overlay and just adds such a wonderful interest in the background. So the next one I want to share with you, so we're going to grab this, and I have already stamped this in stays on because it's a shiny surface. And this is the shimmery one, with the in colours. Now, I tried it on the shimmery side. Unfortunately, it didn't work as well as you're going to see it work on this side. So just a little bit of information for that if you are planning to do this, which I hope you are. Now, I am just getting one of the Pick Me tools, and I am using one of the bald styluses, and all I'm doing is colouring in the flower, and you can see how that is affecting that. It looks as though you've used white ink on the flower. Gosh, we had some terrible, terrible rain here yesterday, and we went out into one of our sort of middle rooms, and the rain was just pouring in. It was actually Auckland, where a greater area where I live. It was in 1 hour. It was the greatest rainfall that they had ever had. We have ever had. So in 1 hour. So I won't finish doing the whole thing. I'm going to show you the finished product. It just comes up so beautiful. So this is the card I made with that. Let me pop that over to the side. Just kept it quite simple on the back, did a little fussy bow, and did the background black to match the... and you just want to keep it quite simple, really, because the flower is just outstanding. And that's from the Prized Peony. I've just used that big flower there. That's from the Prized Peony stamp set. Peony, I think that's how you say it. And I've just used that one flower. So let's finish off. We've created this vellum overlay with the butterflies, etc. So let's just finish off with a card for that. So I am going to use I haven't got enough room on my desk. Let me just put everything over to one side before everything goes crashing on the floor. I'm using the Amazing Silhouettes stamp set, and I'm going to use a die from the Butterfly Brilliant, or Brilliant Wings dies, these are called. Right, so I've got Magenta Madness. I'm a keen pink person, as most people know. So I've picked the brightest pink, and I'm just going to stamp. This is amazing, these stamps in this set. The surrounding, it's like a reverse or a negative image, and the area around the stamp is actually looks watercolor. And don't want to leave the gap too small. There we go. And just put some on the bottom. Gorgeous. That will do. So let's close that. So I hope everyone is well and getting some crafting time in. So we're going to pop this over that. So what vellum can really do is, that's why I picked a nice deep colour. It can really soften the colours that you've used underneath. So that putting that on actually really, I'll put it up that way, really softens that bright pink underneath. And I'm going to use, this is really good for using so that you don't see the glue underneath. The one thing about vellum is that it is hard to hide the adhesive that you might put on to keep it in place, but this works really well at being quite invisible. Okay, so let's pop that on. And then I've already done the card base, and I have used, instead of using the Magenta Madness, which is very, very bright, I've used polished pink for the matting, and the gold. This is the gold shimmer, which comes in standard gold and rose gold paper. It's a 6x6, and I've just stamped it in that butterfly inside with the polished pink. Okay, so I am just going to glue that on. And there we go. And just put it on evenly. Right. Of course, because there's butterflies in the background, that's why I use the butterfly dies. And I've used the coordinating gold shimmer, metallic shimmer paper, and I'm going to pop that there. Just give this a little bit of movement. I'll just use glue, I think. So how many people have used this vellum embossing technique before? What I find with techniques, I learn things, I learn how to do something, and then I do it for a little bit, and then I forget, I forget about it, and then I see it again and think, oh gosh, that's right, I forgot about that. And it's like it's sort of new again. So I've just used this white crinkle ribbon and seam binding ribbon and some of the polished pink in colour ribbon, and I've just cut that one in half. So all I'm going to do is use my glue dots Oh, good. I'm pleased you'll do it. I'd love to see what you create with it. It'd be fantastic. Right. One more glue dot for on top of that. I love the softness it can bring to a card. Oops. As I was saying, so it's just, it really is quite versatile. And if you're making a posy, you can just punch out some leaves and just add them. Okay. And I have used these sentiments, and I forgot to look that up as well. It's the one where you stamp a whole lot of sentiments, and you have the coordinating dies that cut them all out at once, which I cut a few out, a whole pile of them, and then I stored them and used them for something like this, because this stamp set, the Amazing Silhouettes, don't actually have sentiments, so it's great to use up the sentiments that you've sort of put aside that you haven't used, I find. Okay, I'm just going to put some glue dots on this, and let me see how I want this ribbon. Do I want it like this, or do I want it down? No, I want it like that, I think. I'll just spin it around a little bit. It's all about sort of ribbons under sentiments at the moment, which I quite like. Okay. I'll grab some scissors. Now, I don't want to have it over the knot of that, over the ribbon, so I'm just going to, which is the front side, pop it on, and then I'm going to just trim a bit out, because it will just make it way too bulky. There we go. Yes, so going back to the floods, my son-in-law got up on the roof in the middle of the floods, which is a huge no-no. I can hear you all going, what? And just as he got in, like 2 minutes after he got in, we had a huge clap of thunder and lightning right overhead. So it was very, very scary. But we had this ball that had been stuck in the drain that was causing all the problem, and had blocked the drain so much that the water was pouring into the house. So it saved the day, but still wouldn't have been worth it if anything had happened, that's for sure. Okay. And we're just going to add, I'm going to chop that down a little bit more. It's a bit like cutting hair, isn't it? You chop it short and short again until it's really short. And I'm going to add some embellishments, of course. So these are the in colours as well. I'm trying to use them all up, of course. We've got the new annual catalogue coming out soon. And there'll be some new in colours. And there we have the butterfly card, I call it. And the peony card. Let's get these out of the way. Oops, them to fall down. And we have the bloom where you plant it. So this is all using the dry emboss technique. This is using through the Cut and Emboss Machine, and this is doing it with the Pick Me tool. So I hope you give these a go. If you really enjoyed this technique and these cards, please do share. I'd really, really appreciate that. And yeah, kia kaha, everybody. Please take care, look after yourselves, and I will see you next week. Bye.